welcome back to my channel and to this week's Plan With Me video. This week we are planning out the week of October 4th through October 10th. It is the week of one of my brother's birthdays, so I have three brothers. This is the eldest of the three boys' birthday week, and I decided to use this beautiful kit from Simply Watercolor Co. for the occasion. When I purchased the kit, I don't think I looked too well at what was included in the kit, how functional it was, or how I was going to use it. I kind of got caught up on the full boxes. Now, fast forward to receiving the kit, hauling the kit, planning with the kit. You probably won't see it because obviously the video is sped up, but I did have a little bit of trouble with this spread because the functional boxes that you get in the kit are basically next to nothing, and the items that are used functionally in the kit are things like half circles, circles, you've got washi pieces, some scalloped boxes, you've got a bunch of florals, even the headers are scalloped, and for me that is very, very out of my comfort zone. So I have to admit I did have a little bit of a panic, but we got there in the end. So at the moment I'm just laying out the stuff that I knew that I could do, and for I think the first time ever I actually continued the washi down there on the bottom left hand corner, and I think that was only because I had the ability to do so. I think a lot of the kits that I purchased don't actually even offer that or provide that as an option. So I figured that my sidebars I usually struggle with anyway in terms of what I'm going to fit in them. So it kind of worked out perfectly for me. That aside, the kit is absolutely beautiful. The other thing that I did notice is that the full boxes look to be B6 sized. And I'm not sure if that's just a standard thing with Simply Watercolor Co. And it's not the worst thing because, again, if you've got a busy week or you want to sort of try and save a little bit of space, I guess you get a little bit of extra space in the fact that the box isn't a full box, if that makes sense. So it works in that regard. But again, when I got the kit, I was kind of like, hang on a minute, aren't these full boxes supposed to be bigger? But they were not, but it actually worked out really well. So I remember the day that I completed this spread and I kind of looked at it and I was like, don't really like this. But now as I'm looking back at it and the more that I look at it, the more I actually really, really enjoy it. And I know that there will be a few of you who regularly watch these videos who will be quite excited by the fact that this is probably, for the most part, a very white space spread, at least to my planning standard, because anyone who watches my channel knows that I'm all about filling in the space. If the space isn't filled in with functional things, there's bougie boxes, I can't speak. There are bougie, third time lucky, bougie boxes, there are functional boxes, there are washi strips, basically anything and everything to completely fill up the white space. I don't know why, since I've started planning, that is the style that I prefer, but this is very much a white space spread. It's not completely white space because I do use some boxes, but you'll see what I mean as I start to lay the stickers down. So that will be happening soon. My brain cannot work. It is so hot and so humid here at the moment as I'm doing this voiceover. I had to turn off my fan because I noticed that the sound issues in my two previous videos were actually a result of the fan being on because it has been so humid here. And I've literally been recording this voiceover for 4 minutes and I can feel my neck sweating like too much. I hate the heat. I cannot wait for summer to be over. It's basically just begun. Like we're only halfway through and I'm so over it. But anyway, pretty much the same functionality in terms of my sidebar and basics, in terms of the fact that the headers I've used Stella Bow Sticker Co. date dots in silver. I've obviously used the kit. I didn't opt for bougie boxes this time around just because I didn't want to detract from the art. I use my go-to flag and script in the top left hand corner. And then my sidebar is as functional as it always is. So I do, of course, put in my socials for the week. And the way that I mark those, for the most part, is always the same. I will change it up every so often depending on the color of the kit. But in this instance, I've used my go-tos, which are my Sticker Thief YouTube bunny and my Sticker Thief Instagram icon. I also then put a half box in the sidebar, and I have my 2 full boxes. And in the half box this week, I've marked that it was my brother's birthday week, and I've just put a little like layering piece and a present icon in foil in there to mark that. And then the top left-hand corner, I figured that that would be the best box to use for the top left, just because it wasn't foiled. It was very plain compared to the rest, and I figured that at some point or other I can go back in with a quote box and put something there like I usually do. So some sort of birthday quote or something like that. I do also do my headers a little bit differently this week. Again, just to change it up. I think there was enough headers to do like my usual planning style, but again, in light of the fact that the kit was so different to what I was used to, I figured that I might as well embrace it and do something a little bit different. So I did that, and what I've done is across the top, I alternated the headers that came with the kit. So you'll see that there's 2 varieties of the bow headers, and then there is one that's blue that's like a twinkle confetti type header, and then there were scalloped bow headers. So I did the alternation up the top, and then on each of the 4 boxes, or above each of the 4 boxes, I used the scalloped patterned headers, and I figured that that was just a good way to use them up, and it was also a good way to be different. And you will also see that my full boxes, there was no rhyme or reason as to where I placed them this week. I basically just placed them here, there, and everywhere. They were scattered, and I just sort of planned around that, which was new. It was interesting, and I actually quite liked the way that it turned out. So good choice. As you can see, I'm just filling in my sidebar here, and then in just a moment we will go ahead and start on the day by day. So bottom washi I leave as is because there is the foil there, and then the kit itself is foiled. So I didn't actually bring in too much extra foil. I brought in some foiled scripts, some foiled icons just to tie it all in. But I didn't go too hard on the foil this week because, again, the artwork is so beautiful and I just wanted to keep that element of it. And here you will see that I'm struggling with trying to plan with the florals in the kit. I watch so many people who make layering look so easy. People like Tay from Shantae Plans, people like Lydia Plans, Rachel from Gathered Plans, Lauren from Plan Mosh Plan, like so many planner girls are doing this floral planning style, and I went to do it for the first time ever, and as you can see, didn't work out as well as I liked. But I do sort of get a little bit of a hang of it later on. You will see some more layering attempts. Unfortunately, there were only like 4 floral pieces in this kit, so I used them as best I could to try and tie them in and just to play around with it, because I don't know about you, but when I watch other planners plan, I get so inspired by them, and those same planners that do, you know, those layering things that use these beautiful florals, every time that I watch one of their videos, I'm like, I want to be able to plan like that. But I know that I never could. And I feel like if I was to try, it would be like starting planning all over again. Like I would have to change my entire collection. I would have to buy so much foil. And obviously I would have to then get in a groove of being able to do it, because I've been planning now for, I think, 4, maybe 5 years. My planner style has changed so much, or my planning style rather. And I think that to try and get my planning style to a place where I was happy with a new planning style would be interesting. You will also see that I'm filling out parts of this spread as I go. And I think that was just more about making sure I filled in the space, but also again, in the spirit of trying something new. Again, I do watch a lot of planner girls who fill in their plans as they go, and it just makes it look a lot more seamless and a lot less difficult when it comes time to editing and whatnot. And I did quite enjoy it. It did make things a lot easier, but we will see what happens in the future. As you can see, I've skipped completely over Monday, so I'll just do a quick rundown. But as always, if you do have any questions about where any of the stickers came from, if I don't cover it, or you just have any questions in general, by all means, pop it in the comments below and I will get back to you. But on Monday, I do go ahead and put a scalloped box on the top there. I think that was to mark the public holiday that we had. It was the Labor Day long weekend for us. I think it was Labor Day. I don't know, but it was a public holiday and I didn't have any scripts at that point. I was waiting for them to come in. So I just sort of left that blank. I will go back in and put that in soon. Then, as always, the next thing that I marked was Coffee Monday, which you saw me struggle with. So I've just used my favorite Sticker Thief coffee mug and then a foiled script from Arctic Paper Studio. Below that, I've used a Stella Bow sticker code dishwasher icon to mark unstacking and restacking the dishwasher. I did some clothes washing that day, so I've used a Stella Bow laundry basket over the top of a layering piece from the kit to mark that, and I also tidied up my kitchen a little, so I've used a foiled spray icon laid over a layering piece from the kit to mark that. And then the last thing that I did on Tuesday was watch SAS Australia. My throat has decided to seize up. Woohoo! So apologize if my voice cracks or sounds terrible, but there's always something. Every time I go to do a voiceover, there's some sort of struggle. I love that. Anywho, Tuesday. So at the top there, I put a half box and I put a Fox and Cactus cat couple. That was to mark that it was my husband and I's 10-year dating anniversary. So we have now been together an entire decade and we've been married for 3 years. So it's a long, long time. And I thought that that was kind of like a big thing. So I put that at the top. And then of course, I go back into marking things as usual. So the first thing that I mark for Tuesday is work. And I've used a Stella Bow laptop and foiled script for that. I did do a voiceover this day. So I've used a functional box from the kit to mark that. Below that, I've used a whimsical cat studio girl over the top of a floral piece from the kit to mark that I did make myself a coffee and hang out on Twitch that evening. I renewed my business name I was going to say I renewed my business name for my business, but obviously I renewed my business name, which is the business, which, anywho, I marked that in with a foiled coffee cup from Monique Plans, who is not currently open. I also marked that we had breakfast for dinner. That is a Stella Bow icon. And then we also watched SAS Australia that night as well. Over until Wednesday, I did have a day off this day, so I had a rostered day off. So I've just marked that in with a candle sticker from Marshmallow Studio, laid over the top of one of those circular. They're not boxes. One of the circular functionals. I don't know what you call them. If you know the proper technical name for those, please let me know in the comments below. So of course that day I did embrace the day off and I did sleep in, and I've just marked that on a piece of washi with a foiled script and face mask from Stella Bow. I did get an Officeworks delivery that day, so I've just marked that in with an icon from the kit. And then this is the day that I started to binge watch Sweet Tooth on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. It is very sweet, but there is a dark storyline in the back. So as much as it is lovely and sweet and happy and cute, there's a sinister storyline behind it. So do brace yourself, but I do recommend it. It is really, really good. And I've marked that with a Stella Bow TV. And again, I've just used a floral piece there as well. And then the last thing that I marked on Wednesday was that I did an upload. So I uploaded a plan with me, and I've just marked that with a flat lay and foiled script from Stella Bow as well. On Thursday, the first thing that I've marked is work. Again, I've just used another laptop and foiled script from Stella Bow. I did also go to the shops this afternoon, so I've marked that in with an icon from the kit. And then I did a bit of a tidy up of the house, so I've just put that in a half box with a foiled silver icon laid over a layering piece from the kit, and the icon is from Stella Bow. Beneath that, I did do some business stuff. So I worked on some listings and my website, and I've just used a little note board that came with the kit to mark that. And then the last thing that I marked for Thursday was that I did do some washing, and I've just used a Fox and Cactus laundry pile laid over a floral from the kit to mark that. And then we jump over to the best day of the week, which is Friday. So again, the first thing that I've marked is work, same way as both Tuesday and Thursday. Below that, I've marked my brother's birthday, so I've marked that in with a half box and a custom balloon sticker I got from Stella Bow quite some time ago now. Because we were still in lockdown at this point, I didn't get to see my brother or, sing happy birthday or do any of that regular birthday stuff for him this year. So I did have to hand deliver a gift, by which I mean I literally put his gifts, and I think I bought him a mud cake or something along those lines. And I took them down to my dad's house and I literally hung the bag over the back gate, and then he came out to get it. So I kind of got to speak to him very briefly from a safe distance, but I didn't obviously get to spend the time with him. And I just marked that delivering of the present with a present box from Stella Bow. And then I also wanted to mark that it was really hot this day, so the warm weather was starting to come to life, I guess. And I've marked that with a little decorative piece from the kit, or like a, I don't know, some sort of functional box from the kit, functional something, I don't know. And I've paired that with a melting marshmallow from Marshmallow Studio. And then the last thing that I marked on Friday was that we watched Candyman, and I've put that in a scalloped half circle and used a Stella Bow popcorn icon to mark that. On Saturday, it was a very lazy day. We slept in and then pretty much just chilled out on the couch for the morning. So I've marked that in with a circle layered over another circle, and with my favorite Debbie Downer character from Marshmallow Studio. I just thought the colors went really well with this kit, so it was a great time to use her. I then did some business work this day, so I actually handcrafted some bath bombs on this day, and I've just marked that in our functional box with a HBT custom script and icon that I got made a while ago from a business that is now closed. We also did binge Alice in Borderland this day. I think we'd finished Squid Games not long before that, so then we also started on Alice in Borderland, which was also very good. So if you're a Squid Game fan, I highly recommend Alice in Borderland. And I've just marked that in with a functional box, layered piece and icon from Stella Bow. I then marked in that we did some laundry for our guinea pigs, so we basically have them on toggle mats and a fleece blanket because it's nice and soft on their little feet. So I just marked in that we washed those blankets this day. I don't always mark it in, it's just one of those things I didn't have anything else to mark, so I popped it in, and I've marked that with an icon from the kit and a little corner piece from the kit as well. And then finally, we did have takeaway for dinner. I don't know what cuisine we had, hence writing in takeaway only. And then I just put in a little silver divider from Arctic Paper Studio there to finish off the day. And then over to Sunday, I did sleep in this day, and I've marked that on some washi with the foiled script from Stella Bow that I used previously, and an icon from Every Minute a Story. I filmed this day, so I'm just marking that in with a camera icon that I got from a D-Stash a while ago, so I don't know who that is from. I do apologize. I think it is Happy Daya, and I think I say that every time. I think I'm right, but I don't know. I do apologize if that is incorrect. And then I've just used a film script that I had from Kinsey's Creations, and I've popped a little floral piece there as well. After filming, I did have a bit of a coffee and chill, so I've used a coffee cup from the kit over a layering piece to mark that. And we also had pancakes as kind of like brunch or lunch, I guess you would say. So I've marked that in with a beautiful icon from Planner Goddess Studio. It's one of my favorite icons. It's just really huge, so I do struggle to use it a lot of the time, but in this instance I got to use it and it worked wonderfully. We did start watching, I don't think we started watching Dexter this day, but we did have a Dexter binge watch session. So I've marked that in with a TV icon from Stella Bow Sticker Co. over one of those decorative corner pieces. And then the last thing that I mark on Sunday is that I was tired and I needed all the sleep. So I actually went to bed fairly early this evening, hence marking it in my planner because it's unusual. And I just used a Stella Bow face mask to mark that in. But anyway, you guys, that is all that I have for you. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. And I will see you all in my very next video. Bye for now.